Hello again. So glad to see you. There we are. Hope you guys are having a wonderful and fantastic Sunday. Happy Easter to you. And let me start off by, of course, got to give y'all's acknowledgement.
Uh-oh, it's X.
Okay. Give me a second here. I got to turn the volume up. Okay.
Acknowledge me.
There, you have been acknowledged. Thank you so much for being here. Manny just loves that when I do that. Pam Syme, how are you doing?
Acknowledge me.
You have been acknowledged. Let me get something for you boys here. Get this set up for them so they can watch on TV.
Hi, Kristen.
Kristen, how are you doing?
Acknowledge me.
You have been acknowledged. Thank you so much. I'm hoping that you guys did us a favor also and hit that like button. We really appreciate that. But more importantly, we appreciate you guys for being here. And we really do appreciate it. Shelly, how are you doing? And this is for you and your daughter.
Acknowledge me.
You have been acknowledged. And I do know that it is WrestleMania tonight, number 2. Who do you all pick in WrestleMania tonight? Now, they a lot of people think that Cody Rhodes might win. I got a feeling it might go more toward John Cena. That's just me. But yesterday, it was off the chain too. David Hembry, hello again.
Acknowledge me.
I am sorry I couldn't talk to you. We had guests. She had just left. Everybody, I want to give a warm welcome to our friend David Hembry. And I also want to mention, now that David had brought this up to me earlier, I'm trying to collect more videos, clips, or even pictures. If you have something paranormal, we would love to share it on here. So if you have any kind of pictures or anything like that, please, by all means, make sure you can just share it right here with us, and we will show it on a future video. And I already got a couple people so far, and we just need a few more. I don't want to just show a couple people and that's it. Show a couple pictures, say, well, we've been on here now for 15 minutes, so it's time to go. You guys have a great day. No, we want more than that. So send us more pictures of your paranormal experiences, hauntings, just pictures that you got, or videos, small clips, at least 30 seconds. Send those to us. We'd love to show it here on the channel. We would love to do that. And WTF Mike is in the house. How are you doing, sir?
Acknowledge me.
You have been acknowledged. Thank you so much. Now, today's video, it's something that I'm learning, and I learn all the time. I love watching people like Tex Front Porch or Southern Belle, Bigfoot, you know, or Bigfoot Michigan Rob. I love watching these guys because they talk about Bigfoot. And one of the things I always tell people is there's something out there, keep an open mind. A lot of people believe in the paranormal. Some believe in Bigfoot, some believe in cryptids, some believe in UFOs. So it has to be real. So today's video is based on that. And I didn't want fake footage. I wanted something that was real. So I went to, Keith said, cheers from Michigan. Cheers to you from San Antonio. So I want you guys also, if you have a channel, put your channel link in so that we can get people to come by and check you out.
And our good friend Spirit Stalker
And
was just
Spirit
here.
Stalker was just here. We love you, Spirit Stalker. Hopefully we can see more of her.
Watch the amazing stories.
Go and check out Spirit Stalker and check out her video that she did when she went to the Minger Hotel. Go by and check out that spirit box session she did. It was crazy. She got some really good EVPs. Really want y'all to go by and check that out. We got 15 here. So without further ado, I think I want to get ready to show this video, because this video is basically, I want to say this is, and I'm going to put the link to this channel. It's through Wild Assault. And it's I want to say, top 13 creepiest Bigfoot videos ever of 2024.
She said Emily Morgan, not me.
Oh, it was the Emily Morgan. My bad. You went to the Emily Morgan. I am sorry, I got the wrong place. My apologies. Boomer, how are you doing, sir? Oh, you know what? I got to acknowledge you. Oh, come on, get on my way here. You move back over here and let me acknowledge Boomer.
Acknowledge me.
You have been acknowledged. And for me thinking about I'm
He
sorry.
said, it's fake.
It's fake. Wow, called it already.
Don't.
Well, okay. Well, other people might say the same thing about ghosts and spirits. So that's why I say you always want to at least try to keep an open mind, because there's got to be something real about it. At least I feel. KJ Paranormal Down Under, so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And you know what? Let me acknowledge you too. I might as well, because I've been acknowledging everybody else. So
Don't.
no, that's not acknowledging. Yeah, that actually goes with me too, as a matter of fact, for just doing that. So I apologize. So whenever it's ready, I'm gonna look.
Acknowledge me.
There we are. You have finally been acknowledged. Man, he just loves that.
Or laugh track.
So, anyways, I am going to get this started. And what are you doing? Move there.
I love Boomer. Everything's fake, even go.
Everything's fake, really?
There's no such thing as ghosts.
Hold on a second. It is tripping here. Hold on. There, that. Where are you? Right here. Okay. Now, so let me go here, and we are going to go here. And so let's check this out, because I didn't watch none of this yet. I want to get y'all's reaction to this also. So let me know what you think. So this is new to us.
At the start of the year, a video was released to the public featuring a camping enthusiast who had set up a campsite deep within the woods on his property. The exact location of this encounter remains unknown, but he resides somewhere in the northern United States. He had installed a trail camera on a tree at the site to monitor the area while he was away. Occasionally, he would retrieve the camera to check the footage, which mostly captured nothing unusual, except for the occasional curious deer or other wildlife. However, this time, the footage captured something that not only shocked him, but also stunned the entire world.
Hold up. That's got to be somebody in a suit right there.
Which mostly captured
watch
nothing
this, babe.
unusual, except for the occasional curious deer or other wildlife. However, this time, the footage captured something that not only shocked him, but also stunned the entire world. Video shows a massive, dark Sasquatch-like creature dropping a huge tree branch onto the man's tent. Upon zooming in, the creature appears to be covered in long, dark hair, with broad shoulders and a massive head, and
Could be a-
significantly larger than
That
a
could be
human
just a
when compared to the tent.
Now, I'm sorry. That could be a
costume.
costume. I mean, you
he's
got,
not that tall to that tent. That tent's only like a 4-foot tent, so
I mean, really, and I'm just being realistic. That could be a costume. I don't know. I don't. What's your take on that? These are supposed to be real, Bigfoot videos. So, let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm reading some of this chat. Mama Angel said, "I call it BS." Boomer already said BS. Spirit Stalker said gorilla. Boomer said, "Told ya." Christian said, "Nah, just someone dressed up in an ape suit." So I have to roll with y'all on that one. David Hembry said it could be somebody inside. Yeah, see, so a lot of people are saying that. So I don't know about that one.
Which is likely 4 to 5 feet tall, the typical height of a 1 to 2 person camping tent. The creature towers over it, suggesting it stands around 8 to 9 feet tall. It is speculated that the clip is so brief either because the trail.
But how do we know that tent is 5 feet tall?
exactly. That
I
could be a
mean-
toddler tent.
A camera ran out of storage or because it only records for a few seconds after detecting motion. Regardless, the footage is incredibly captivating. As for why the creature seems so angry, it's possible that the campsite was unintentionally set up in the Bigfoot's territory. The man has since moved his campsite to a new location in the woods, hoping to avoid any future encounters with the creature.
Now, if this actually happened, I'm not moving to another part of the woods. I'm getting my ass home. That's a wrap. It's done. Why would you go to another part of the? Why do people do that? Black people don't do that. I'm sorry. I will be one to tell you right off the rip. Gotta go. See you when I see you. If that was real.
If that was weird, where's the dude's gun? He don't take a gun with him for protection.
I'm just saying.
Why didn't he shoot it? Like,
Boomer said that is a two-man pup tent, which isn't more than 2.5 to 3 feet tall. I have to agree with you because we've had tents sort of like that, and we got a tent that fits 8 people now.
13.
Or 13, and it's taller than that. So I don't know about that video. Let's take a look at the next one. Number 12.
The following describes a Bigfoot sighting captured by a lone hiker while hiking in the vast wilderness, enjoying nature and losing track of time. The hiker eventually reached
Hello,
a
Norma.
surrounded by thick pine trees. The trees were so dense that it was difficult for him to see through to the other side. Suddenly, he heard something massive moving on the other side of the dense trees. Thinking it was a large animal, he pulled out his phone and started recording. However, what he captured was far more dark and disturbing.
That one I could agree. I could
Ooh.
believe that one right there, though.
A massive bipedal creature walked
That-
back. Some immediately identified it as Bigfoot, but this creature looked different from the traditional depiction of Bigfoot. Its arms reached all the way down to its feet. It appeared
Is that a real
significantly
gorilla?
thinner. It was more hunched over.
It
This
looks like a real
unsettling
gorilla,
creature
though.
seemed to be at least 10 feet tall. What do you think this could
I
be?
don't think about 10 feet tall, but
That one I could believe. I mean, but it, like Jen said, it does kind of look like a gorilla.
a
I'm gonna
loose
back it
gorilla?
up some more.
A massive bipedal creature walked past. Some immediately identified it as Bigfoot, but this creature looked different from the traditional depiction of Bigfoot. Its arms reached all the way down to its feet. It appeared significantly thinner, and it was more hunched over. This
Now, I've been on Tech's front porch a lot, and I listen to the stories of Bigfoot, and the same with Bigfoot Michigan Rob and Southern Belle. I have not really heard any of them say
That the arms
that
are
the
that
arms
long,
would go
and they
down to
walk
the
like a
ground.
gorilla.
Right. So, I mean, this is really, I could believe this one, except would this be more of on the cryptid side other than Bigfoot side because of the length of his arms? I mean,
Stilts for arms.
uh,
Nope, fake.
Keith says still for arms. Spirit Stalker says stands up too straight for a gorilla. So yeah, it's too straight for a gorilla, but that one's a little bit more believable, but I don't really want to call it a Bigfoot. I would call that one more of a cryptid. But
Nina says that doesn't look like real fur.
no, Jen doesn't even have real hair.
Oh, he said he's seen someone do that with a suit.
Oh, really? Well, see, that was starting to be more believable for me, but see, this is I'm still learning, so just tell me in the comments below. Also, leave a comment, let me know what you think also.
unsettling creature seemed to be at least 10 feet tall. What do you think this could be?
10 feet does not look no 10
That
feet
didn't look
tall.
no 10 feet tall.
It is not no 10 feet tall, dude.
I'd like to know,
Come
his glasses must need glasses, because when you look at that don't
It's
look like no 10
10
feet tall.
feet
I mean,
tall.
I gotta
Does
go
he
back.
not know the measurement of a 10 feet tall tree?
Look at it.
It is not that tall. That's not even half of the tree length.
That is not that tall at all. That's not no 10 feet.
Hell no. My
He's
Christmas
gotta-
tree's taller than that.
He's got to be at least, just by looking at that, and if he's zoomed in, then he
He's about
may be
6
about
feet.
8 or 9 feet away,
It's about
which is why the
6 feet
narrator
tall.
himself is saying that he's 10 feet tall.
6
You know what it
foot.
says on the side of your car mirror when you're driving? Objects may be closer than they appear. So that's one of those illusions to me, but
A massive bipedal creature walked past. Some immediately
I don't
identified it as
know.
Bigfoot.
what got
Creature
me,
looked different from the traditional.
Andrew, how are you doing,
Its
sir?
arms reached all the way down to its feet. It appeared significantly thinner.
Hi, little Patty.
I think that this is, hi Pat, how you doing, little Patty? I still think that this is more on the cryptid side. It's hard to really call it a Bigfoot because I never heard them talk about Bigfoot's arms reaching down to the ground like that. But maybe I'll talk to Tex
Andrew
again
says,
and he'll let me know.
Watch video East Texas Bigfoot.
I'll do that. I sure will.
And it was more hunched over. This unsettling creature seemed to be at least 10 feet tall. What do you think this could be?
Here's a
It
show
could
me
have been my
one.
mother-in-law.
This intriguing Bigfoot trail camera footage comes from West Central, Alberta, Canada, and was highlighted on January 17th, 2024. The trail camera, set up to film and collect data on wolverines in the area, was never expected to capture something like this.
Oh, he's standing right there.
The camera was initially triggered by a buck behind a tree, which briefly peeked its head around before retreating. However, something else was hiding on the other
Right
side of
there.
the tree. At first, the creature remained completely still, but once the buck walked away, it moved out of its hiding place. The creature appeared to be incredibly tall and massive, dark, and seemingly covered in fur. To estimate the creature's height, consider that the average buck stands around 3 feet tall at the head, and this one seemed particularly large, possibly 3.5 feet tall. However, for the sake of this video, let's assume it was 3 feet tall. The supposed Sasquatch's head appeared much higher than the deer's, even though the ground where the Sasquatch was standing sloped down significantly. This means the deer was on elevated ground, while the Sasquatch was on lower ground. Yet the creature still seemed to be around double the height of the
But why
deer,
didn't it
even
frighten
while
it?
crouching. It didn't appear.
Then why didn't a deer be frightened by it?
If it's real, I don't think deers are gonna run from it because they're used to seeing them.
They run from everything. Deers are very frightful animals.
True.
Every little noise makes them run.
True, but maybe in this area that this one is in,
Is that even a person or is that just a bag like hanging from a tree?
well,
You
the
can't
only thing
really.
right, because the only thing I don't like is the fact that
It
it'll show
doesn't
this,
come out.
it'll show this, but it doesn't show what happens at the end of it. It's not like it stays there and it's there for eternity.
Appear to be standing
has
at
to
its full
move.
height, so a fair estimate would place it between 7 to 8 feet tall. This footage is certainly compelling and has left many people puzzled. Let's take a look at some very mysterious footage. A man named Hunter Peter claims to have the body of a Bigfoot.
Hunter Peter.
What a great name.
Is he a Peter Hunter?
Is he hunting for his Peter?
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing, but playing on words.
Stored in a freezer.
Spot toes. You can see its very large hands, its eyes.
Oh.
Clearly it's a male, you can see,
Wow, that's
see right
incredible.
there, this is the front of the Sasquatch.
Holy
You know,
shit, that's a
compared
mummy.
to a human's hand. Like my hand's not even.
Dude, that
close.
looks real.
The footage shows what he says is a Sasquatch corpse, frozen and packed with ice. The body is enormous, matching the typical descriptions of Bigfoot, with dark brown matted fur, large hands, and an
That
overall
looks
massive
crazy, dude.
The head appears decayed and bloody, with closed eyes and jagged teeth, giving it a very realistic appearance. Could Hunter Peter actually have a real Bigfoot body, or is this an elaborate hoax? Perhaps it's a
That's something I always wondered. How come no one's never found a real Bigfoot? If this is real, and this is another thing though, if this is real, scientists would want to get a hold of this.
Why the scientists ask for it?
So I don't know.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Keep it like
Exactly,
that's
Keith.
actually a
Government would be on
mummified.
that quickly. So this I can't even say is real because if that was, like I said, if that was real, there wouldn't even be a video. The government would have swooped this up already.
Is it like what do you call it?
Andrew said, I believe they bury their own like the Native Americans. I agree with you. That's why you don't see none. So nice try. I can give him that.
Good,
Peter
very
Hunter
realistic
or
looking.
Hunter Peter or I don't know.
hyper-realistic prop. But if that's the case, it's an exceptionally convincing one. Let me know what you
That's what
think
I'm
in the
saying,
comments
like-
below.
That's some good fakery though.
That was real good. It almost had me fooled, but like I said,
This video released
the government would have been on that a long time ago. So I just can't believe that. I have to roll with Andrew on that, because that's how they would bury, just like the American Indians, they would bury the Bigfoots the same way, I think, and which is why we've never seen one. But that's just my own opinion. You don't have to take my opinion. You're gonna have to take it for squat, believe me. But that's just what I feel. That's just not real. It can't be.
On July 14th,
The government
2024,
can't even catch a
comes
ghost
with the caption.
Yeah, government can't even catch a ghost, let alone a Bigfoot
or
I mean,
alien.
or an alien. Even though I'm gonna actually find one of those videos too and see, because there's too many things about UFOs that's coming out now.
Terror on a rural farm deep in the wilderness. The red-eyed aggressive Bigfoot. Here's the
Somebody knocking.
That's gunfire. Is that gunfire?
I hope not.
Yeah, I heard it too.
I'm sorry.
footage.
I
Look
wonder
at
if Yvonne-
this.
I wonder if Yvonne heard it.
Okay, now this right here, that could be an animal peeping in your house. You know, a bear. You know, maybe raccoons. They're famous for doing that.
I don't believe it would be a Bigfoot because Bigfoots don't come towards a person's house, because they're very, protective. They come out, but I don't see them looking in. Besides, that's a small Bigfoot because that's a
You
little
can
bit.
see a pair of red glowing eyes are peering into the home from outside in the yard.
Could be that.
Due to the darkness, it's impossible to identify the creature, but
Right.
based on the red eyes, it seems to be something out of this world.
Car.
It could be, I mean, like I said before, it could be a raccoon. You know, how you like, how you doing, Colleen? It could be a raccoon. It could be a bear. I mean, depending on where you live, it could be a deer. You know, I can't call that a Bigfoot. Like I said, though, it depends on where you live.
No known animals have red glowing eyes like this,
Yeah, they
leading many
do.
to speculate that
First
it
of
could
all,
be
yes,
some
they
sort
do.
of cryptid.
That's a
I
lie.
think there is animals that have red eyes like that.
Yes, there is.
My mother-in-law's got red eyes like that at night.
Cats glow off red eyes at night
See,
sometimes.
she's
Dogs got red eyes.
yep. I told you, my mother-in-law has red eyes like that.
That's not the beaming light from car. You know what I'm saying? The beam off red, from the light inside of your house.
Kelly said the Mothman,
An owl.
an owl,
Hey,
a possum. Yeah,
nobody
see,
has to take a guessing game. What do you guys think that is?
yeah. What else has red eyes besides my mother-in-law that you was out? Just saying.
Yes, exactly, Boomer.
Could be the lights of a vehicle in the distance. Yeah.
Dangerous predator lurking in the depths of the wilderness, even though the caption suggests it's a Bigfoot.
Following trail cam video is claimed to show close-up and clear footage of a Bigfoot. And for some,
Come on, give me
it's some
something
of the
good.
most convincing evidence to date. According to NBTV, the location was near Close River on the Oregon and California border. The trail camera was strapped to a tree branch about 10 feet off the ground. Take a look at this chilling footage.
Hi, Southern Belle.
Southern Belle. Whoa, did you see that? That was like my cousin Jimmy.
Originally set up to record a feeder below, captured a map.
It's like this black dude I used to go to school with. I'm just they say we all look alike. How you doing, Southern Belle? Look at this video though. Look at him. He's smiling. If you look at mug shots today, then you see why he looks so familiar.
As a creature, it's dark and completely covered in long, shaggy hair. The face is terrifying, resembling a monkey's. But it's
I've
clearly
seen that Kentucky Eye Shine video.
Cameras placed 10 feet up.
Those
This creature is
were
estimated
at
to be
9,
around
at
8
least
feet tall.
9 feet tall,
As its
going out.
head is only a couple of feet below the camera. The size of the arm and leg in the shot is enormous, with limbs that are too thick and well defined to belong to someone in a costume. This
Good night,
remarkably realistic
David.
footage has not yet been debunked and is even puzzling
Have a good
experts.
night.
So what do you think?
Have a great
Easter.
night, demon. David, have a good night. I didn't mean to call you no demon. Have a great night.
Is somebody missing a mother-in-law?
Yeah, somebody missing a mother-in-law. We found her right here in this video. Look like one of the guys I went to school with.
The camera was placed 10 feet up. This creature is estimated
I
to be
mean-
around 8 feet tall, as its head
But
is
see,
only
the
a couple
problem with
feet
this video is, I guess it would have to deal with, I don't know.
from the camera. The side.
Look at his face.
Yeah, but that could be a gorilla costume.
Yeah, that could be a gorilla costume. I mean, for all we know, I mean, I'm just saying.
As the arm and leg in the shot is enormous, with limbs that are too thick and well defined to belong to someone in a costume. This remarkably realistic footage has not yet been debunked and is even puzzling experts. So what do you think? Could it be a Bigfoot?
Could be my mother-in-law.
Jim, the people that were filming it were
Photo was
getting
recently
outflanked by the other two.
driver's dash cam around.
What's that?
He said, Jim, the people that were filming it were getting outflanked by the other two.
A bear that was caught in those fires.
Okay,
That
and
could
Andrew,
be. That's from Shelley. Andrew said, Jen, the people that were filming it were getting outflanked by the other two. Getting outflanked. Louis 3, thank you so much for being here. It's a barilla.
Bearzilla.
Yeah, it is a barilla. Bearzilla. I mean,
1:10 a.m. in Anaheim Hills.
That's not
California,
Winnie the
in a
Pooh.
small suburban
no,
neighborhood. The
that
photo
sure is.
captures a dark, hairy creature that appears both ape-like and human-like, unlike gorillas and apes.
All right. This one right here, he's in a neighborhood. You can see the car in the background.
Why does it look like an old man with the overalls?
But this one also got long arms too.
But he looked like he's wearing overalls.
But the only sad thing is also that this is a picture. This is not a video.
Which typically hunch
So
over
you
the
can't
roof.
see him walk.
This creature stands upright,
Oh, I said that's my
leading
hubby.
many to believe it's not a monkey at all, but possibly a Sasquatch.
That's me DoorDashing that night.
Commonly known as Bigfoot, is an infamous creature often
No, that
reported
really-
across
That
the US.
I would have believed.
However, Bigfoot has never been officially recognized by science, despite the abundance of photographic and video evidence.
He walked
That
through
one,
it.
I can honestly believe it.
Has led many to believe it.
That video I can honestly believe right there.
Be very elusive, usually staying hidden from sight. So why would one of these creatures appear in a small California neighborhood? It really makes you wonder, could this be a clever hoax? Or is it a genuine photo of Bigfoot?
What do y'all think of that one? I mean, that's just my opinion though. It's really kind of grainy and it's only a picture and it's not a video, so I don't know.
I don't know about that one video he showed.
But the
him
one,
walking
yeah,
through
the
woods.
one that was
one
walking
looks
through the
legit.
woods, that was a little more legit than that one. I mean, so that's just me.
Following was just released on January 3rd, 2024. A man was hiking in the woods
Why say
Enjoying nature. when he came across a beautiful clearing,
That's how they
an
make it.
open field surrounded by trees on all sides.
I know.
He admired the breathtaking view
they got
and eventually took a photo. It
Oh,
wasn't until later that he noticed something
I'll explain later.
unusual among the trees. When he zoomed in on the photo, he spotted a tall, dark creature right in front of the trees. The creature is covered in long black hair and appears to be peering at them.
oh, right there.
Skeptics initially suggested it could be a monkey or gorilla,
No,
but the
that
creature
looks
is
like
too tall and too slender to be any known primate. And its posture
That could
is
be
distinctly
Look how
human,
tall it is. Though.
monkey.
because look how far he is, and he had to zoom in. That could possibly be.
Hi, Big Ben.
Big Ben, how are you doing?
And based on the
Hi,
size of the
Mickey.
trees,
Mickey G, so good to see
the
you.
creature is estimated to be around 10 feet tall. Skeptics also propose that it might be someone in a costume, but how could they be that tall? Plus, the creature
Look how
looks
tall to the
incredibly
tree it
realistic.
is.
Because of these details, many believe this could indeed be a Bigfoot caught on camera. Perhaps it was trying to blend in with the surrounding vegetation, but was ultimately unsuccessful. I'll leave this one up to you.
Do you think this is
It's
the first
possibly.
legitimate Bigfoot sighting in 2020?
That one could possibly be. I mean, even though it's a picture and he had to zoom in, uh, the height was the one thing. Because they always said Bigfoot was tall. But then I've seen some Bigfoot people that's looked for Bigfoot. Research
okay,
say
Mom,
that
it's
some of
me
them are
waking-
short.
Hey, Mom, look at it's me when I wake up in the morning.
CA Kingfin, how are you doing? So glad to have you here. You are so welcome to be here.
You know, it's
Uh,
real. We have heard them in the Blue Mountains whopping, not just kids doing
Not just
crazy-
kids doing this and something. I mean, this not right. That's why I said this one I could believe because of the height. Even though it's a picture, I could believe that one right there. He said big tooth.
24? Let me know your thoughts. This is some brand new footage released on August 5th, 2024, called the Jabez Cascade Bigfoot. The footage looks extremely real and it's shocking to so many people. But the most mysterious part about it is that no one can find any background information. Despite lots of digging, I couldn't find any background information either.
Okay, so this one might not even be real then. If he can't find no background information on this, usually on that right there, that just tells me that this is fake.
But here is the captivating Jabez Cascade Bigfoot video.
Oh, great.
It shows a dark and wide, hunched over being in the distance. It seems to be
That
trying
could be
to
a
sneak
person.
around, release the man's presence and try to flee quickly and quietly.
A
The way it walks is not the way a human walks either.
Yes, it is.
Its strides are strange, this still
A
a
big
shot.
person.
Here provides us with the best look. It really does look like a Bigfoot. And it's estimated around 70 feet tall.
How do you
Or
even,
so.
like,
But
there's
until
nothing
that
to
background information is released, it may remain a mystery. A mystery that may be better off unsolved.
He said the Alaskan Bigfoot are about 30 feet tall.
This footage is from
That's
some time ago, but
Damn,
only
that is
recently
big. The
appeared,
Alaskan
leaving
Bigfoot.
the internet baffled. The mysterious incident took
That's big for an Alaskan Bigfoot, 30 feet tall? Really? Wow. Little Patty said fake. Yeah, I mean, that right there is just too doggone grainy. And I just, Boomer said, I've seen these documentaries years ago, and experts have already debunked all of them.
Well, they're gonna debunk because there's no proof that, you know what I'm saying, they don't have proof that they debunk anything. Even ghosts, they debunk.
Right. I mean,
'Cause they
that's
can't
why
prove
I
they're
said
wrong.
you just gotta have an open mind. Some people that believe in Bigfoot might not believe in ghosts. Like people that believe in ghosts don't believe in Bigfoot. Or you have people that believe in ghosts but don't believe in UFOs and aliens, and vice versa. And then again, a lot of these people don't have seen something. So it has to be something real about it. And that's why I want to show this. Is it real or you decide?
place in Latvia, a country in northeastern Europe. A man was casually walking through a Latvian forest when he suddenly encountered what appeared to be a Bigfoot-like creature.
Who it is?
Rainy though.
The creature was covered in thick fur and walked on two legs. As soon as it noticed the man filming, it quickly retreated, bounding across a highway.
That looks too skinny.
That's somebody in a suit.
Someone in a suit.
That is somebody in a suit.
He is too skinny. It looked like he got a hairband across his head.
Given that there were no cars on the road, it's believed that this was a remote or perhaps even an abandoned highway, deep in an isolated area. The man who encountered the strange being was left clueless about what he had just witnessed. As viewers, We can tell that this creature is not human by the way it moves. It crouches down.
I mean, he can tell.
Here. Humans crouch down?
Yeah, how you think people go to take a shit? You don't stand up. Of course we crouch down.
Hi, Mary.
How you doing, Mary?
Looks at the person filming and runs across the highway with an unusual
What?
gait.
He running
Yeah, he's running
like he's running a 400-yard dash.
Enthusiasts quickly
He's
speculate
jumping and hopping
that
as he's
this could
going.
be a Bigfoot, although its smaller size led some to believe it could be a juvenile Sasquatch. Others think it might be an entirely different cryptid species native to Latvia.
Or maybe it could just be a costume.
In June 2023, a mother and daughter were taking a walk along a familiar
rabbit.
path in the woods, a route they had traversed many times without any unusual
The
or
real
frightening
Bugs Bunny.
experiences. However, this day turned out to be different. As they enjoyed the tranquility of nature, they were suddenly interrupted by a massive, unidentified creature.
You gotta be at the right angle to see the dingleberries can fall. Right?
Oh, look at this one.
A human with a big foot. How about that one now? Why is it so pretty?
That one is a little more.
A giant hairy beast that, upon realizing it had been seen, quickly turned and fled. The mother, visibly shaken in the footage, urgently called for her daughter to run inside. Despite her fear, she managed to capture a fairly clear video of the creature. Zooming in for a closer
Green
look,
Angel,
the creature
so glad
is
to see
becoming
you.
a brownish fur, with its face and hands being the only
That looks a
areas
little
not
more
covered.
believable.
Its face, in particular, looks terrifying. The footage has sparked debate, with some arguing that it might be a person in a costume, pointing out that the fur appears neatly trimmed. However, others note that the creature stands around 8 feet tall, with broad shoulders and a wide stature, making it unlikely to be human. Some speculate it could be a prop. The mystery remains intriguing, leaving us with more questions than answers.
I gotta go back on that one again. Because this one did look real.
Giant hairy beast that, upon realizing it had
I mean,
been
that one
seen,
just, it looks so real.
turned and fled. The
Have I
mother,
ever seen
visibly
an
shaken in the footage, urgently called for her daughter to run inside. Despite her fear, she managed to capture a fairly clear video of the creature. Zooming in for a closer
First
look,
off, said-
the creature appeared to be covered in brownish fur, with its face and hands being the only areas.
Look, Street, so glad to see you.
Face.
I see an idea, but it's fake. I'm never going to know the word.
I don't blame you.
A person in costume, pointing out that the fur appears neatly trimmed. However, others note that the creature stands around 8 feet tall, with broad shoulders and a wide stature, making it unlikely to be human. Some speculate it could be a prop. The mystery remains intriguing.
That's a good, if it's fake, that they did a good job on this one. I mean, I've heard of them being wide, and thick like that. You know, anywhere between 8 to 10 feet tall.
I don't know.
That
Southern
one,
Belle would be a great person to ask.
that
and
one, I could believe that one. If it's real, I could believe that. If it's not real, they did a really good job on this one. Really good job. But I kind of believe this one.
Leaving us with more questions than answers.
I do. I kind of believe that one.
There isn't much context available for this video. It's unclear where exactly it was filmed or who the man in the footage is. What we do know is that the man was a hiker, out for a hike. And it seems he
Looks
was
like
walking
gorilla
his
escaped from the
experience.
zoo.
The video starts off normal,
Spirit Stalker
with him
said
showing the
furless.
surroundings to the viewers. But something massive
Head
quietly
part
lurking.
sits in the head and shoulder and look through the chin. Could be Photoshop. I mean,
Ooh. It's behind this dude. Hold on.
As he,
Go back to the beginning of this.
but something massive is quietly lurking in the background.
Right behind him. Look, right there.
Could be a person in costume.
As he turns, we catch a glimpse of a dark, hairy creature lurking in the valley with them. The unsuspecting man seems completely unaware that he is being stalked and continues
It looked
walking
like
and
he's
filming as usual.
aware.
He claims that it wasn't until he reviewed the footage later that he noticed the mysterious figure.
He
Upon
looked like he
zooming
was aware the way he
and
keeps
examining
looking back.
more closely, the
Yeah.
creature appears to resemble a Sasquatch with its dark fur, wide stature, and broad
He
shoulders.
knows
Although
that.
it's difficult to determine its exact height due to the distance.
His boy
You
toy.
could put me out there and you could say that I was a Sasquatch. I seen a Sasquatch. He was following me. He had on a bandana. Just saying.
It's estimated to be significantly taller than the man film. This encounter took place on February 21st, so further investigation is still ongoing.
Number one. Now this one has got to be a real one. Because they said this is the number one out of all of them.
This video was uploaded to
Because it's number
TikTok
one,
on
it's
October
real.
It's gotta
26th,
be real.
just a few days ago. It features a man doing construction work in a forest, operating a backhoe as part of his job. Unbeknownst to him, a trail camera set up near the site captured something unusual lurking in the background.
Oh,
Holy shit, that's huge.
that's what she said.
The creature seen in the footage looks enormous, estimated to be at least 9 feet tall
Why does it look like
based
that
on its
was
position.
AI
It appears to be
in there?
observing the man from a distance, seemingly intrigued by what he's doing. If this was
See
indeed
how
a
it went back down?
Wait a minute.
Look, that's AI.
That might be some AI stuff right here that I see going. I mean, I'm gonna point a lot of this out to you.
the creature seen in the footage looks
Now
enormous,
watch him.
estimated to be at least 9
Look
feet
at the
tall
shadow
based on
outline.
its position. It appears to be observing the man from a distance, seemingly intrigued by what he's doing. If this was
Like that.
indeed
See how
a
it shrunk down?
might
Well,
have
no,
been
he's
fascinating.
ducking down, so maybe it's not no AI. Because he's ducking down. They're known to duck down
Never
from you.
encountered anything.
They don't
like
want to
it.
be seen.
The man operating the backhoe never noticed or heard the creature. So if not for the trail camera,
But
no
why
one
did
would
he
notice
smell
it.
it?
Interestingly, someone in the
They want
comments
us to
mentioned
do
that Bigfoots are known to be curious about construction equipment, and this behavior is supposedly well documented, if that's true.
Jen just brought up another good point. A lot of these people, if they seen these, they say that Sasquatch gives out a really bad pungent smell.
Why does
So
it smell
if
it?
this guy with this black hole, or make that back hole, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said black hole. This guy with this back hole, if he's working, he ain't smelling nothing. What is he wearing? A
Not
nose
even that, but
plugs?
he's not putting off no noise. How big he is.
Well,
He's
right,
not
'cause
cutting
he-
branches. Nothing that he, you know what I'm saying? That he
Right.
could hear. Like,
I mean, that's just. I have to go more on the right. Like Big Ben said, skunk ape. Yes, because a lot of people say they smell them. You know, and I was just curious. Don't they?
my stepbrother clears forest up here in Michigan. Nothing sticks around when the big machinery comes in because they're loud. They're very loud and scary.
Yeah. So I'm not too. I don't know what to say about that one. You know, to me, it just looked. I don't know. It's just me, maybe. But what did y'all think about it?
What are you?
Oh, hold on. My bad. Let me put this back. Expand that. And go here. I'm sorry, I'm blowing Jen's mind because she's like, I don't left and actually didn't. Okay.
You gotta end the sharing. Did you end it?
Mhm. So, Jason Finch, how are you doing, sir?
Jason.
So glad that you came in. We're glad to have you. So that was just my thought, you know. I don't know. It's some of those. It's just that's why I want to do this. You know, I want to do
Never
another
going in
one.
the woods again. Hi, Janet.
How you doing, Janet? So glad that you are here. But I wanted to do
Oh, thank
another
you,
one.
Alicia.
I want to do another one, if y'all would like
I
to.
like to cut it off. It's so long.
So let me just do this again. And we're gonna go here. And so here's another one, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think.
What you're about to witness is unbelievable. It's an incredible video showing Bigfoot fighting a bear. I can't tell if it's real or just edited or staged. And
Is
even
it
if it
shared?
is authentic, how
not
did the
shared.
person
It is.
filming manage to capture it and escape
Sharing.
unharmed? You can
Okay,
clearly
delete.
see Bigfoot's immense strength going toe to toe with the bear.
This is
Hi,
Bigfoot.
You get a glimpse of its facial features and sharp
Natalie,
teeth.
how are you
It has
doing?
long claws with two distinct tool-like claws standing out. When it turns, you can notice its conical head, larger and more elongated, similar to that of an ape. To me, this clip looks like it's from a movie. The Bigfoot seems like someone in an expertly crafted costume, but if it's real, Bigfoot is certainly struggling in the fight against that bear.
Yeah.
Imagine coming face to face with a Bigfoot. This is what it would look like. It's undeniably terrifying. The creature is covered in thick, coarse hair, and its face is truly intimidating. With a wide, flat nose similar to a human's, but much more robust, dark, deep-set eyes and menacing teeth, it's a sight to behold. Now, picture having this encounter in the middle of a forest. It would be absolutely terrifying. However, as much as I'd like to say otherwise, this isn't a real Bigfoot. The clip is actually from a blockbuster movie made in the 90s.
Then why the hell would you
Oh.
quit then?
The costume
Damn, man.
He just killed the
He
excitement.
just killed the whole damn vibe.
is so well made that it could easily fool anyone, myself included.
Well, he just killed that one.
Deep in the forests of central Massachusetts,
He said
a
Mark
man who has been
Wahlberg.
searching for Bigfoot for decades finally captured something on camera. In the footage, you can spot a figure moving between the trees. The elusive giant is seen roaming, standing at an imposing height. Its
Where?
appearance
All I
is
see is
remarkable,
the whole.
covered head to toe in
That's
thick black
grainy?
hair, with a massive
he-
frame and broad shoulders. Notice its large conical head. Although the image isn't crystal clear,
That's
it certainly
grainy.
reveals what appears to be the legendary Bigfoot.
That is grainy.
This video was filmed by a hiker exploring the Tarkin forest in Australia, who claims to have captured footage of the legendary Bigfoot.
Oh, Patty said,
At
how did he
first,
get a
the
pic of
video
him?
shows a seemingly
How did you get a pic of your ex-husband? That's okay. I called her earlier, my mother-in-law. That just goes to show you. I mean, some of these, I don't know. As much as I really want to believe, but it's like they say, your own eyes don't lie. So I guess I have to see one to believe one. But even though I haven't seen one, doesn't mean they don't exist. You know, somebody's quite sure there's a lot of people that's seen them. You know, it's just we haven't. Mickey G, we have nothing but love for you. And Janet Sarlo, you too. Dreamwalking Angel. Later on, watch the confessionals and Shane Winnings here on YouTube. We'll do that. We will do that. Louis, we said Mark Wahlberg. Hey, how did they get a pic of my
empty
Play
forest.
Pet
But as
magazine?
the hiker pans the camera, something terrifying happens. A massive dark figure suddenly appears from behind the trees. The creature is enormous, walking in a human-like manner with long arms and legs. It seems to be in a hurry and quickly vanishes back into the woods.
Grainy.
Encounters like
Yeah,
this
that's
are
just too
particularly
grainy to
frightening,
really see.
as these creatures are believed to be incredibly fast. Given that the hiker was alone,
The
If the
channel
creature
name
had
was
chosen to pursue him,
Sinister.
there would have been little chance of escape.
No,
The videos on
did you guys ever check out that channel I was telling you about? The channel's name was Sinister. No, I didn't. I am so sorry, but you know what, Mickey, we'll go back and we will. As a matter of fact, I'll check it out later on tonight when I'm done. I will go by and check it out.
Right? It's
Yeah,
very
little Patty, it's
grainy.
very grainy.
I'm about to show you come from Scott Carpenter, who is convinced that at least one Bigfoot lives in his area. However, this Bigfoot is unlike any other you've heard of. Scott claims it is completely white, and he has gathered some evidence to support this.
Hey, text
As
it
he
to me,
explored the
Alicia.
forests, recording
And I'll,
every tree, he spent countless hours reviewing and enhancing the footage. During these reviews, he noticed something peculiar, a white figure appearing to stalk him throughout his travels. On multiple occasions,
white face.
Scott's cameras captured glimpses of this figure, often
They're
hiding
also
behind bushes or
grainy,
trees
though.
while closely observing him. One of the clearest sightings Scott captured was the creature's face, revealing its distinctive white color, a feature that hardly helps it blend into the green forest. The creature appears both eerie and cautious, almost as if it fears Scott. Could this be a mutation of the Bigfoot species? One that has resulted in a completely white version of the creature?
That's my mother-in-law. I told you they found her. I'm playing.
Get ready for an exhilarating journey
Send
deep
her
into the
back,
heart
send
of
her
Australia's
back.
mysterious citrus forest. In this thrilling video, two fearless wildlife
Albino
enthusiasts, armed with GoPros,
A Yeti.
embark on an adventure that takes an
Now, Yetis, I think, are only in snow, if I'm not mistaken. Because they've been called so many, besides Sasquatch and Yeti, they're called something else too, skunk ape. But
Bigfoot.
the Yeti, though, I think is more snow.
Smack him back.
You know,
He said
so-
smack him.
So that I don't know much
Santa.
about it, but yeah, it could be Santa. Oh.
unexpected turn into the spine-chilling unknown. As the footage unfolds, we find ourselves
The
immersed
skunk
in a
ape is
thick,
white, supposedly.
shadowy forest, when suddenly
That's what Big
Is the
Ben
skunk
said.
ape white? I didn't know. Big Ben, is the skunk ape white? I wish Tex was here. Or Southern Belle. They could answer
Abominable
that.
snowman.
Abominable. That was another name they're called. The abominable snowman. But yeah, I was wondering is the skunk ape white?
Okay, Boomer, have a good night.
Have a good night, Boomer.
a towering figure appears out of nowhere,
Yeah.
striding through the woods right in front of the camera. The figure's massive silhouette is unmistakable, tall, covered
Where?
in thick dark
I see
fur,
it right there.
and moving with an eerie grace.
So grainy, huh?
Our
Really?
expert quickly
All
spots the
these
mysterious
grainy
creature,
videos.
and with bated breath informs their friend. What they saw could only be one thing: Bigfoot. This colossal
Why are they
being,
so grainy?
far too immense to be a mere gorilla or ape, looms large and undeniable.
Skunk ape
But here's
is
the
white.
twist. Instead of panicking, the
Big
explorer
Ben says
stays
skunk ape
impressively
is
calm,
white.
almost casually pointing out the encounter, as if spotting Bigfoot was just another day in the wild. Could it be Bigfoot? You'll have to watch to decide. Encounters between hikers and the elusive Bigfoot are always a possibility, especially when venturing into remote, less traveled trails. This particular video captures a hiker deep in the Cleveland National Forest, where an eerie figure is seen moving among the distant trees. What makes this sighting so compelling is the creature's towering height, human-like gait, and thick black fur, traits that strongly suggest it could be Bigfoot. The dense forest obscures the view, adding to the intrigue as the mysterious figure seems to wander casually through the woods. Many Bigfoot sightings mirror this, showing these enigmatic creatures aimlessly roaming the wilderness, leaving us to wonder, could it really be Bigfoot? This video, shared on the Bigfoot subreddit, claims to showcase authentic footage of the legendary creature. Set against a distant mountain backdrop, a large, dark figure is seen moving swiftly downhill. Even from afar, the sheer size of this creature is undeniable, and its speed and agility are startling as it
Now that right there is just too far away to really even know what that is.
races down the slope with ease. What makes the footage even more unsettling is the sense that this creature may have spotted the person filming, as it appears to be charging directly toward them. The figure's appearance fits the classic Bigfoot description, towering and covered in thick black fur. To heighten the tension, the uploader claims that
I'll let you know, Jen and Eddie, my Facebook locked my account. I had to restart a new account. So if you get a request from me, it's a picture of me and my cat Rosie. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, Janet. Thank you for sharing that, letting us know that.
even after covering miles of distance, the creature continued to stalk them. If I were in the shoes of the person behind the camera, the sight of this massive Bigfoot barreling toward me would have sent me running in the opposite direction without a second thought.
That was just too far away to
Viewers
really
submitted
call
this
it.
intriguing image, claiming their trail camera in a British Columbia forest captured a strange, large figure. The figure is big, hairy, and while it could possibly be a bear that wandered too close, it's standing on 2 feet, something not entirely unusual for bears, but still giving off a distinctly humanoid appearance. Even though this could potentially be a Bigfoot sighting, I hesitate to say for sure, especially with today's advancements in photo manipulation and AI-generated images. So, what do you think? Is this the real deal or just another trick of the camera? Are we looking at Bigfoot
It
or
could
simply
be.
a bear standing?
Could
What do
be.
y'all think on that? I mean, that
know, we weren't
could
there.
be, you know, and it's a trail cam. It could possibly be. That is weird. I'm looking at it more because I'm looking at the feet. They got patches of hair that's gray. This could possibly be the real deal. And then the question is, why was the trail cam so low? Or is he that damn tall? Because somebody is saying here that Bigfoot can go as far as 30 feet
In Alaska.
in Alaska?
Mm.
And they say everything's big in Texas.
No.
Yeah, but where's the ball sack?
The people recording this video can be heard expressing all.
He's looking for his balls?
Well, if it's real, why and it's that level, you should. No offense, but
Why would
it's
I
gotta
be-
be fake.
But why would I be looking for his nuts? I'm not looking for his nuts.
But-
I'm looking for Bigfoot.
It's fake because it. Come on.
If I was looking for his nuts, we'd be doing the wrong kind of video. Like, hey, now look at this. I'm just saying, I ain't looking for his balls. I'm just looking for Bigfoot.
If it's real, then they'd be there.
I'm nuts for looking for Bigfoot.
Awe and amazement, as it appears they've captured something moving in the nearby forest. One person comments about something lurking behind the trees, and indeed, a large dark figure is visible moving along the tree line. This mysterious figure seems unusually tall, suggesting it's not an ordinary bear or any known
Maybe
animal.
it's a female,
Its remarkable
but
size and appearance
Right.
strongly resemble what meant.
Maybe that was a female that I was looking at, and that's why I ain't got no testes. But this one right here, I don't know. Christina, so glad you came in. So sorry I forgot it was Sunday. Don't feel bad. Me too.
I forgot yesterday. Today was Easter.
Yeah, she forgot yesterday that Easter was today.
You know, he had to rush to go to the grocery store to buy something for dinner today. Like,
Yeah, little Patty, it's too far away. Big Ben said descriptions of those white Sasquatch suggest that they are further along in the aging process. Yeah, and I agree with you. That's why I was looking at. I was looking at the shade of gray on some part of its leg. They are typically on the larger side and often have scarring or loose muscles, much like an older person. Yeah, I agree. That's why I said that one.
no, the white one he was talking about.
Oh, the white one? I was talking about the one that we just showed, where it just showed the legs. Because that could have been the real deal. But this one right here that I just showed, That's too grainy.
Many would describe
You
as
can't even really
cryptid,
call it,
specifically a Bigfoot or Sasquatch.
except right through
After
there.
watching the footage again, it's clear that these individuals stumbled upon an extraordinary and strange encounter in the woods.
Then you need your eyes shut, sir.
This is an old video from a group traveling in the Himalayan mountains. They were filming their journey to create lasting memories, capturing themselves as they trekked through the mountain range and set up camp.
That's
However, as they climbed higher, they encountered something unexpected. While
You seem
navigating
very
the snow-covered part of
Mhm.
the mountain, the group spotted a large, hairy figure moving through the snow. Unlike the group who struggled through the deep snow, this creature moved with surprising speed and ease, as if it was well adapted to the harsh environment. Experts who analyzed the footage estimated the creature's height to be between 6.7 and 9 feet. They also noted that it would be extremely difficult to fake a costume of that size moving so naturally in such challenging conditions, especially in the remote Himalayas.
That
So,
could be right
what do you
there
think?
because
That
he's high
could
up in
be
the
one of
mountain,
best
that, you
Bigfoot
know.
And he,
sightings ever
yeah,
captured.
and the fact that he's in the Himalayas, that could
This
possibly,
is a brief video recorded by a group at a ski resort in the mountains of Spain. During a blizzard, they spotted a strange creature moving through the snow.
look
Though
at
the
this,
clip is short, you can clearly make out a tall, white-haired figure.
right here.
The creature appears to be bipedal, as it is seen taking steps. Interestingly, this wasn't the only time the group encountered the creature on their trip. They later saw it again when the
A
weather
Yeti?
cleared, allowing them to
Right
capture
there,
photos.
right there.
The creature strongly resembles what could
Look
be
at
a
it.
relative of Bigfoot, possibly
Look
a
at it right
Yeti.
there, man.
No, look
roaming
at it
the
right here.
mountains. The group reported their sightings to the resort, which led to an investigation, but no evidence of the creature was found.
That could be. Now, this is what I've always known Yetis to be. Just like that. That could very well be.
Oh, that's a Yeti.
And this is a Yeti too. So, could very well be.
So, was it really a Yeti that stayed visible for too long? Or was this just a hoax? What do you think?
Or someone in costume.
Could be.
For a hunter, encountering the legendary Bigfoot is perhaps one of the most
clean.
terrifying yet exhilarating
Too
experiences.
clean.
That's
Mhm.
exactly what this hunter faced. He was about 2 miles deep into the wilderness.
It's the.
It's the Bumble. Get a hold of Yukon Cornelius. Genesis, it looks real. It does. It does look real.
Quietly waiting in his elk blind when he heard rustling in the nearby bushes. At first, he assumed it might be another human hunter. However, as
Yvonne
he
said it was a
cautiously
polar bear.
approached and zoomed in with his camera, he realized it was indeed a hunter.
Look at this.
Just not a human one. It was a Bigfoot. Shocked by the discovery, the hunter
Weird.
decided to call it quits for the day and quickly returned to his camp to share the incredible sighting. In the video, the Bigfoot seemed absorbed in its own activities, unaware of the hunter's presence.
I don't.
When zoomed in, the creature's thick black fur and humanoid form were clearly
You can
visible.
tell it's so
This
grainy.
thrilling and eerie encounter
Why is everything so
is a story
grainy?
the hunter will likely carry with him for the
Hi,
rest
Mr.
of his life.
Beth.
Adventures with Beth, how you doing?
Bigfoot sightings are typically linked to dense forests, making
Christina said, okay, that looks like a man in a costume. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but because it's very clear and that's what makes me think, yeah, it's fake. I actually think the wonky ones are more real. Yeah, I have to tend to agree with you on that. You know,
The
the
Chevy
ones like the one that
Salt,
looked like
Yeti,
more
yeah.
like a cryptid to me. Because I think that was real.
Hmm?
You know, so I have to agree with Christine. Or
it
Christina.
unusual to see one walking along roads or streets. However, this video captures what seems to be a Bigfoot-like creature strolling down a road. The figure appears tall, with humanoid features, covered in fur, and taking long, deliberate strides. The person who uploaded the video claims it's a Sasquatch, a belief shared by many viewers. However, the video's poor quality has left room for skepticism. Some suggest it could be someone in a Sasquatch costume, but it raises questions as to why anyone would wear such a suit at night, especially with such low-quality footage.
Now, on this right here, in a lot of neighborhoods, I've listened to a lot of people that have seen Bigfoot, and they have said that they've seen Bigfoot walking in their driveways or down their street. And these are just regular people that I've watched on other podcasters. So it could be, I'm not saying it is because I don't know. I didn't see it myself, but
You don't walk like that, Yvonne.
you don't walk like that, Yvonne. You got more like a pimp walk, like a gangster. No, I'm playing Yvonne. You know what I mean. But yeah, I'm just going by what I've seen, and I've listened to other people talk about their experiences because I never had the experience. But yeah,
Additionally, an intriguing part of the video shows the creature looking back, as if something might be following it. These unusual details add to the ongoing mystery and debate surrounding the video's authenticity.
yeah, what's following him is called the police.
These extraordinary images captured by a trail camera deep in the forest of
that one.
Oregon have sparked widespread curiosity and speculation. At first glance, it becomes clear that the figure caught on camera
Why does it look like
might be
Kanye
the
West or
legendary
you?
and elusive Bigfoot. The towering figure
Look at
amidst
it
the
again.
trees displays distinct humanoid traits, drawing viewers into its mysterious presence. However, what makes this sighting even more intriguing is a surprising detail upon closer inspection. Secured on the back of the majestic Bigfoot,
Oh,
a
you see
smaller
his
figure is
face?
visible, a baby
It got a baby.
clinging tightly to the larger creature's fur. The striking resemblance between the two suggests they are related,
Oh, damn.
possibly a parent and offspring. This revelation raises fascinating questions about Bigfoot's potential family structures and social behaviors. Could these elusive beings exhibit nurturing instincts, much like
That's
humans
awesome.
and other mammals? The presence of a baby Bigfoot strengthens the case for
Wow.
the existence of a whole species. Could this trail camera footage hold the key to uncovering the secrets of Bigfoot's elusive nature?
Now I could believe that one. I could believe that one.
Well, that one right there that you're showing right here, it looks like Kanye West when he wears the bag over his butt.
it's
Like,
that looked like a baby.
that one looks like
In this video, we see a group of friends on a boat filming the shoreline of a
Kurt
river for some
Bronson
reason.
wants to know. I'm
Really
here. Is
strong.
any of those
You can
videos
hear
from
the
Texas?
original audio.
I'm not for
It's
sure.
I'm not for sure. Yeah, what I did was I took them off of YouTube. And because, like I said, I've never seen Bigfoot. I don't know. I'm still learning about cryptids, and even Bigfoot. But I just want people to have an open mind because
We're doing fact. What is it?
I just
Fake or real?
right
videos
if it's
right
real
now.
or if it's fake, and it's for you to decide. And yeah, just like that. But yeah,
And
these
welcome to our
and
channel.
yeah, and
guys.
by the way, you are more than welcome here, and we thank you so much, Kurt, for coming in. I hope you decide to hit the subscribe button and become part of the family. It's free. Love to have you.
We do all sorts of things.
We do all sorts of things here in this channel.
Spirit box sessions.
Spirit box sessions, some of the paranormal, this right here about cryptids. I'm gonna do one on UFOs and aliens. I'm gonna do one on mother-in-laws. Which ones is different? Which one's from outer space? I'm just playing. But so yeah, we just do everything here. That's why we called And Then Some.
Sweeps across the riverbank. Their peaceful search for scenic views takes an unexpected turn. Amidst the tall grass, something unusual catches their eye.
What, Bigfoot taking a bath?
Shaggy brown fur. Curious, the cameraman speculates whether it
Oh,
might be
I
a
see him.
dog lingering
But
near
see,
the river's
his
edge.
camera is shaking like that.
However, their assumptions soon shattered in
His
this
camera was
way.
shaky.
The figure suddenly rises, revealing its true form.
Hold on.
What they initially thought was a dog turns out to be a bipedal creature, standing upright and towering in size. The immense stature of this being astonishes the two men on the boat. Without warning, the creature swiftly moves, disappearing into
That could be. And they were distant from it. So that could possibly be. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's possibly. Huh?
Tina. When are you going to tell us an
Actual spooky story about mother-in-law from
from
outer
outer
space. You know what? I'm gonna look. It's got to be somewhere. I'll Google it. You know, about zany mother-in-laws. I'm quite sure everybody got one. I got one. I call mine the Bigfoot. I call her everything. I blame her for when we get a thunderstorm. I say, "Hey, kids, this is Grandma did this. Thanks, Grandma. Now we can't go somewhere tomorrow."
Surrounding terrain with surprising speed and agility. Though the video only provides a brief glimpse of the figure, the encounter
That
leaves
could
the man
be. I
excited.
mean,
and
that
curious.
could very well
Could this
be.
fleeting footage be a sighting
So
of
hard
the
to tell because
legendary
it's so far
Sasquatch,
away.
a creature long cloaked in mystery and folklore? This video,
Somebody
while
threw a
brief,
bird on there.
raises the possibility that they may have captured the elusive evidence generations have been seeking, a tantalizing glimpse of Bigfoot. The man who recorded this video
That's awesome, Kurt. That's
originally set
awesome.
out to capture the beautiful scenery near.
Kristen, thank you. I'm sitting quietly next to my beautiful wife sleeping. Oh, that's awful. I don't want to wake her up.
He says, speaking
Speaking
of
of
mother-in-law.
mother-in-laws. Yes, sir.
He said, great timing.
As he ventured deeper into the forest, he spotted a frightening creature, busy with something unknown in the shadows. Due to the darkness, neither the man nor the viewers could fully make out the creature's appearance. However, one thing was clear.
Oh, I'm sorry,
The creature
Mickey.
was massive and incredibly
My
strong,
condolences.
effortlessly.
Huh?
She said she has since passed away. Her ex's mother-in-law.
Oh, Mickey G, hey, you have my deepest condolences. I just have fun with my mother-in-law because my mother-in-law, I know, is watching this video and she's lurking.
She does.
I know my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law knows I love her very much. Otherwise, I wouldn't make fun of her. The day that I stopped making fun of my mother-in-law, she think there was something wrong with her. So you have my deepest condolences, Mickey G. As a matter of fact, all of you, your mother-in-laws, we love your mother-in-laws. Believe me, they're great to make fun of, and they're great to have fun with. I'm just saying.
Snapping branches with its bare hands. Moments later, the creature noticed the man filming, perhaps as a warning.
Oh, he was
It
desperate.
moved toward
Okay,
him,
he started running.
enough to send the man running for his life. Unfortunately, the creature's form remains unclear in the footage, but if I had to guess, it bore a striking resemblance to Bigfoot.
Or it could be a stalker.
A man was wandering through the woods when he heard the sound of branches and trees breaking nearby. Curious, he approached to investigate
Run for your life.
and ended up capturing footage of a creature hiding among the trees and bushes.
See,
Realizing
here's
this was
another
the source
grainy
of the
one.
loud noises and broken branches,
Looks like a
he
black bear.
decided
You
to
better
film
run,
from a
dude.
safe distance. While the footage doesn't offer a clear view,
That looks like a
the
black
creature's
bear.
appearance closely resembles that of a Sasquatch.
No, it don't. It looks like a black
especially when
bear.
it stands upright. It becomes evident that this is not a
Oh, wait a
human,
minute, I was
but
standing
something
up.
A
else
black bear
entirely.
can stand up.
The video ends without giving us a closer look, leaving us with countless
He turned and went the other
questions.
way.
In my opinion, the footage seems genuine, unless of course it was just someone in a costume.
He turned and walked away. So
Amid countless Bigfoot sightings, the creature's face has rarely been captured up close. In this video, filmed by an adventurer exploring a forest
You're
at
not the
night,
only one.
we are
Do you
taken on a
notice how
journey.
every bad
He uses
answer
his
to
camera
the
flash
family
to
feud
illuminate
is
the
always the
surroundings,
mother-in-law? Poor
zooming in
thing.
on a distant
huh?
You
You're
know?
not the only one. Do you notice how every bad answer on Family Feud, it's always the mother-in-law, poor things? Yeah, you're right. It's their fault. They shouldn't even showed up on Family Feud.
figure.
That's a girl.
What comes into focus is a terrifying and chilling sight. The creature stares back with a wild, eerie grin and two lifeless eyes, heightening its unsettling presence. As the adventurer calls out, the
Looks like a
creature
human
quickly flees.
woman.
Its size and appearance strongly resemble a Bigfoot, and the person who uploaded the video believes it to be one. Whether it's truly a Bigfoot or not,
Why does that look like a woman?
encountering such a creature firsthand is an
Look like a woman.
undeniably spine-tingling experience.
This looks like a woman.
Yeah, it did kind of look
The
like
family was
a
enjoying their
chick.
summer vacation at their farm.
Maybe it was a
when they
female
encountered something
Bigfoot.
truly unusual. In the video they recorded, we see a field, and in the distance, a dark furred humanoid figure is walking. The family's voices can be heard, filled with confusion and amazement, as they try to figure out what this creature.
I don't know about that one. I mean,
That's not a cow, it's walking on 2 feet.
why can't you keep your phone, keep your phone stick?
While it might
See, when people, listen, do me a favor. If you're gonna go out and you're going to film, okay, you got to do me a favor. You got to hold your camera steady as you can, and so we can actually see what it is. Because that is just too grainy.
share some trait with a bear, gorilla, or ape. The way it walks and moves is unlike any of those animals. The person who uploaded the video, a family member, strongly believes this was a genuine Bigfoot sighting, mainly due to its tall and human-like appearance. What do you think about this mysterious creature?
That could be. I mean, let me go back on that for a second.
Is there
His
anything
face is like a llama.
That's not a cow, it's walking on 2 feet.
the creature doesn't resemble anything they're familiar with? While it might share some
Let's see
traits
a
with a
cow
bear,
walking on
gorilla, or ape, the way it walks
If I see a cow walking on 2 feet, somebody's gonna be rich. I'm gonna say, come on, Elsie, we're heading to the bank.
Like the movie Calls.
You can stand up and give them milk. I'm just saying. We are going to be rich.
and moves is unlike any of those animals. The person who uploaded the video, a family member, strongly
That could
believes
be.
this was a genuine
That could be.
Bigfoot sighting.
Because those are
mainly due
people
to its
reacting to
tall,
that.
human-like appearance. What do you think about this mysterious creature?
Well, that's not no cow. It's all.
Because I was gonna say, why don't they get closer to get a picture? But if I seen something like that, I'm not gonna try and get close to it. I'm gonna stay as distant from it as possible because I don't know what it is.
That one's body frame look big. It does look big.
Yeah, it does look big.
Is there anything more unsettling than being stalked?
Look at that. See
Especially
the
when
eyes.
the one following you is Bigfoot. In
See?
the footage, two glowing eyes emerge from the
Could be
forest
anything.
canopy. The massive
See, my mother-in-law got eyes like that, beady eyes, when she be staring out.
head hints at a creature you'd rather avoid. Throughout the video, the two stare each other down. It was
Somebody
likely a
just wants
smart
a Bigfoot
decision by
just
the
by the
cameraman
eyeballs.
to avoid
That-
giving.
Yeah, because that could be a raccoon.
That could be a mountain lion.
Well, a mountain lion ain't just gonna stand there.
Yeah,
He
they
coming
do.
at your ass.
They hunt you first. You're human.
Oh, he's already hunting you by staring at you.
They stalk their.
And that's the
prey
first part. The second part is creeping up on you. You know, so, but that could be a possum,
That could be anything.
raccoon,
Deer.
deer. No. Hungry eyes.
Close.
Feet don't fail me now.
On a crisp, bright, snowy day in Oregon, a high-resolution trail camera is perfectly
Chris said, "I'm not
positioned
getting
and
closer
captures
either,
something
no."
intriguing. What do we have here?
Mm.
Could that be Bigfoot emerging from the trees? Wait, is that a hat on its head? Let's watch that again.
That's a person with bell bottom pants. Look at the pants.
The narrator said, wait, is that a hat on his head?
Pants though. It looks like
Is
it's
this
a
the
person.
definitive proof of Bigfoot's existence? Or just someone in a onesie and a hat pulling off a prank?
It's a hat.
The figure disappears into the forest, weaving through the
Yeah.
trees.
That's not
It's a
real.
person.
That's a person.
Does it seem like someone familiar with the
Oh, that's a
plan?
person.
The steps, while quick, are cautious. Could this be more compelling evidence of Bigfoot or Sasquatch? Typically, such creatures are said to leap through the wilderness with ease, yet this one moves almost hesitantly through the snow.
He got cold.
What do you Are you convinced? Let us know in the comments.
That's a hunter. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Someone dressed
This
in
footage was
camouflage.
captured at a
And you're right, that could have been reflectors on trees. You are so right,
strange
Shelley.
and eerie. In the video, there's a wheelbarrow, and right next to it, we can see a figure moving in an unsettling and unusual way. The figure somewhat resembles a human, but its movements are peculiar. This mysterious creature appears to have a white body, a head shape similar to that of a Yeti.
Why
It
does it look
seems
like
to be covered in
freaking
white
the
fur.
game?
It moves slowly, almost as if it's being cautious or searching for something. What do you make of this unusual
Why does it look like
creature?
it's got a gun on
I don't,
This clip
that one, I don't think that
it?
was,
It look like it's got a gun on it.
that's not really proof that is, Bigfoot. That's not really proof. That could have been a person.
That looks like
Because
one
he's
of those
right by a
games.
wheelbarrow.
It looks like a game, where it's the white
Mm-hmm.
camouflage,
I don't know.
clip comes from the YouTube channel Brave
Maybe
Wilderness,
Bigfoot thought it was
where the
Fashion
team
Week and
ventured
needed a
into an
hat.
area of Bigfoot sightings. However, they get
And like on Ernie and Bert, and I take my hat. Imagine that. Imagine that. Just saying.
definitely weren't expecting to stumble upon what a
Wondering why I'm talking about Ernie and Bert, because my boys, they're special needs, and they always watching that one part of Ernie and Bert. And then I'm looking at this right here. What is that? Is that a mouth? Let's find out.
appeared to be a monstrous humanoid skull. Near the end of their
That's a
trip,
skull.
they noticed something strange barely sticking out of the ground. Initially, they assumed it was a bear skull, but as they cleaned and examined it, they realized it didn't resemble any bear at all. The teeth and overall shape made it look more like the skull of a great ape, or perhaps a distant ancestor of Homo sapiens. The skull seemed too unusual to belong to any animal known to live in that region,
Oh.
prompting many to speculate.
So why
I could believe that right there, because that's what I was saying all along, how Bigfoot would bury their dead, like the Native Americans used to do. That's why you never see none. I could believe that.
that it might belong to Bigfoot. Personally, I have my doubt.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That
but that
does
could
look
be a
like,
bear skull. That could be a
no,
bear
that
skull.
looks more like an ape. I mean, look at it.
It could be a bear skull.
Look at it.
Yeah, but bear skulls look like that too.
Yeah, but not with the definition like this has. That could be real.
Doubts. It feels a bit too convenient that such a bizarre skull was just barely buried and found on a Bigfoot seeking adventure. What do you think? Could this be the skull of Bigfoot?
Hello, Regina.
An
Camera couldn't get
unknown
it up.
animal or something else entirely?
It's not working. Hi, Regina.
Well, what do y'all think about that? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, it could be possibly, but what do y'all think? Oops, because I don't know. I want to believe, I really do, and that's why I love going on these podcasts and listening to people that've seen them, and listen to people that's documented. Because I personally I think that they're real. It's just even though I haven't seen one,
They're real because there's too many people.
too many people
them.
seen them, so there has to be something real about them. And but what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Bigfoot is real? Because like I said, this is my own opinion. Oh, I was just going back. You know what? There's another one that I want to show. So let me get rid of this one. Expand this one, and we're gonna do this again. Because I do want to show this one. Because
Give me an open mind and a little bit of your time, and I'll prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the famous Bigfoot footage, known as the Patterson-Gimlin film, is 100% real, authentic, and shows a living Sasquatch.
now this one I can believe, because this one goes back to when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old when this came out.
Most people know about the Patterson-Gimlin film, of course. Most people have seen it many times at this point. Most people are aware it was shot in 1967 by two men, Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin, in Northern California. Most people also know that since the film was released to the public, it's been the
Yes.
subject of a
So
hot
true,
debate,
little Patty.
with
So
many
true.
people trying to debunk it over the years to prove that it was just a man in a suit on camera, and an equal number of people on the other side of the fence trying to demonstrate that the film is authentic and it does depict what it claims to depict, a living Bigfoot creature. In this video, I'm going to explain in detail why I feel the evidence weighs much more strongly on the side of the film being authentic and showing a real live Sasquatch. First of all, we have biomechanics and gait. According to anthropologist and primate expert Dr. Jeff Meldrum, the bent knee propulsion that we see from the creature in the film would be impossible, or at the very least highly impractical for a human being, especially one in a heavy rubber suit. But even an unsuited human being, we're just not built to propel ourselves forward with that bent knee stride that you see from the creature in the film. Any attempt to do so would look very
That's
awkward,
true.
clumsy, and unnatural. And yet, for non-human primates, bent knee propulsion is much more natural. And that's why we see this natural, graceful walk from the creature in the film, even though that same style of walking for a human would look the exact opposite. We also have stride length within the propulsion and gait category. The footprints cast by Patterson and Gimlin.
They said they
after
caught a lot of
found the
footprints
creature
like that,
had
though.
a 40.
They said they found lots of footprints.
But that's why I said this one, the very first Bigfoot footage, and I
I'm
believe
ser-
that this is real.
I think eventually they're gonna find bones.
Which is much longer
Oh, yeah.
stride than an average human could comfortably copy. Even a taller than average human. 41 inches is a very long stride. I mean, I'm 6 feet tall. I attempted some 41-inch strides before making this video. I just wouldn't look nearly as graceful as the subject of the film does, even at my height and with rather long legs. It's just not doable for human beings in the graceful manner that we see in the film. Next, we have muscle movement beneath the skin. We're pretty good at making realistic monkey and monster
There's a
suits
Bigfoot
nowadays,
museum near
all
me.
in
Oh,
movies.
that's awesome.
But
I'm gonna
we
go to a
still
couple of them.
haven't mastered the ability to recreate authentic muscle.
I'd love to go to that
flexing
museum.
and changing of shape and hardness of muscles that we see beneath the skin of real creatures, ourselves included. But in the Patterson-Gimlin film, you can clearly see that we have flexing calf muscles as the creature propels itself forward with each footstep. We see flexing thigh muscles, we see glute muscles changing and flexing, and we see rippling back muscles. None of those would be recreatable with a suit, even a really authentic one. In fact, according to two different veteran Hollywood special effects specialists, Bill Munns and John Chambers, the sort of muscle flexing beneath the skin quality that we see in the Patterson-Gimlin film would be extremely difficult and most likely impossible for a human being in a suit to replicate. That's why both of those veteran Hollywood
Oh, wow.
suit makers feel
Alicia,
subject
man, I
to
wish
the
I could go to it.
No.
That seems exciting.
Next, we have body proportions.
What's that?
There's a conference coming in August there. Ain't that the one that Texas going to?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think that is the one that Tex front porch is going to be going to.
If Tex
Kurt
was here, I would
said,
have asked him, but
I
yeah.
think he is real. I've had too many reasons to question it myself, and I agree that this is real. And this is what, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Kurt, tell me if I'm wrong. This is the very first Bigfoot coverage that before it even became a thing, that this was the very first one. Is that correct?
It's obvious to anyone who has seen the film that the arms of the subject are a lot longer in proportion to its body length than the arms of a human. In fact, several recreation attempts with humans in suits have failed for just this reason, because the arms of the human in the suit always look comically short in comparison to the actual Patterson-Gimlin film. And the natural swing of those arms as well looks like it's not just some sort of prosthetics in sleeves. The movement is too smooth and too natural for that. We also see very different torso to leg length ratios in the Patterson-Gimlin.
It's September 19th and 20th.
And any suit being worn by.
Yvonne, have a great
I-
night.
in fact,
Call me anytime to stop over
I've
anytime.
seen a man in a suit.
And Kurt said yes. Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I wanted to
That's
show
the
this
first
one
one I
also.
remember.
Yes, and that's why I want to show this video also, because this is, as far as I knew, this was the very first Bigfoot sighting ever. And this is one that actually kicked them all off.
And that ties in nicely
Mm.
with the next reason the film is authentic, a lack of credible hoax evidence. As I said, many people have tried to debunk this film. There was even a team attached to the BBC, and I don't remember all the details right now, that spent weeks trying to recreate a suit identical to what they believed was the suit in the film. And then they tried to recreate the same camera angles and lighting, and they had an actor in the suit walk along in the same path that Patty, the creature in the film, walked in the original, and it just looked silly. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It didn't look anything like the real film because it was a man in a suit. And even the best production of the suit that was possible at that time by this well-funded broadcasting company could not recreate what they felt was a suit in the original film. That's because it wasn't a suit.
Have a good night,
The original
Mickey.
film showed a real live creature.
Have a
The
great
details
night, Mickey G.
of the creature make that obvious. We have, as I said earlier, muscle movement. We have a facial structure that doesn't look like any sort of rubber mask in any way, shape, or form. The next reason the film is authentic is the behavioral realism we see from the creature. If it were just a man in a suit, he probably wouldn't have acted so nonchalant. If he were trying to portray this Bigfoot creature, this savage animal that exists in the minds and imagination of many people, then he probably would have roared or growled or acted more aggressive in some way, because it's almost more believable if he had done that. But instead, we have this creature slowly, nonchalantly walking away from the camera, turning once to glance back at the men filming her. And that's just not as believable as the more animalistic approach that we see from Hollywood movies and that sort of thing. To put it another way, the creature's body language in the film doesn't seem forced. It seems natural. It really does appear like an animal in its native environment, moving easily and comfortably
breasts.
through that environment.
Mm-hmm.
And finally,
maybe
for
she's a
anyone who has
mom.
any lingering doubts about the film's
Yeah, it's a
authenticity,
female.
many respected
So I-
scientists have come forward with statements in support of
So
the
maybe-
film being authentic.
I agree with little Patty. She was doing it to distract them from her baby.
Physical anthropologists.
Yes,
watching
I can believe that.
first.
Because that was the first thing I noticed also when I watched this one.
I didn't realize she had breasts.
Right. When I watched this one before, I seen that she had breasts, and I knew that this was a female. And at the time, I don't think that whoever filmed that knew that there was a female that they were filming, because that was the first thing I noticed, that it had breasts. So, Daryl Staley, how are you doing? He said, well, they are trying to get a man to walk like a female. That's not going to work.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know, so Kurt said, yes, that was a female. Yes.
See, at first I didn't realize even the first time I ever seen that video, I didn't know it was a female until now. I just noticed the womanly breast. You can't fake womanly breasts in costume,
well,
like that.
Now
she's
you
probably
can fake women's breasts.
no. I meant in costume like that to
Well,
cover.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's
Right.
probably protecting a baby, her
Well,
family.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Dr. Jeff Meldrum, who we already mentioned, an anatomist and
She said
anthropologist.
she
at
never
Idaho
noticed
State
it.
University. Dr.
I never
Dimitri
noticed.
Johnson, biomechanics expert.
The first
at
thing he
Department of
noticed.
Academy of Science. Dr. Esteban Sarmiento, a primatologist at the American Museum of Natural History.
Of course, that was the
Dr.
first thing you
John
noticed.
I'm a man. Of course, that's only the first thing I noticed. But I was curious though, because I kept playing that video over and over when I was watching it a couple of days ago. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's a female, because I kept looking at it. And I kept noticing that it
I
had,
didn't know that. I always thought it was a man.
So
A primatologist and physical anthropologist at the Smithsonian Institution. And Dr. Henner Fahrenbach, a biologist at Oregon Regional Primate Research Center. So there you go. 6 solid pieces of evidence for the Patterson-Gimlin film's authenticity. Now, does this prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the subject of the film was a real Bigfoot creature, not a man in a suit? There will always be some room for doubt, I believe, in cases like this. But it does give solid reasoning, in my mind, why the evidence is much stronger on the side of the film being authentic rather than a fraud. Thanks very much for watching.
Wow.
I have never seen that part where,
What do y'all think about that?
Exactly, Mary.
Watching them boobies swing in the wind.
Exactly. That's like you can't fake those. Not like that. No.
I think that original video was around 93 or 95. They updated it a few years ago later. Actually, yeah, I think that film that we just watched, the one that's in black and white, kind of black and white, I think that was back in the late 70s, like between 68 to 70. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it seemed like to me. It was back in that time period, the late 70s, somewhere around there. As a matter of fact, let me see.
That's an awesome story. I didn't know they had a video document thing, like documentary on it. Like seriously, I wasn't never that big into Bigfoot. I remember them showing the video one time, but I never was like big into it. So I didn't know they had a documentary of it.
In 1961. The very first video that was made was 1961. And that was the one that we just seen. That was the very first one that kicked it off with all the Bigfoot, sightings.
Beth said her first sighting was in 76 or 77.
Really? So you had a Bigfoot sighting? And Chris said, I think you're right. He said, I knew I seen it when I was younger. Yes, I was, because in 60, well, shoot, 61, I wasn't born until 63, but I still remember seeing the video sometime in the early 70s when I was like 6 or 7 or 8 years old, and I was interested then because I remember when they showed that video, it was on the news. It was on the local news that they seen it. And that's how I knew that had to be real, especially when it came to Bigfoot.
Amy Edwards has a friend. His name is Tex. He's seen big. My friend's name is Tex. Tex.
Are you talking about Tex Front Porch?
Janet?
Because we love Tex. As a matter of fact, Tex might be getting ready to go live. Let me find out here, because usually about this time Tex goes live. And because I know there's a lot of people watching.
10 o'clock.
He's going live at
At 10
o'clock.
Here in a minute.
So you know
Then we're gonna
what
have to
I'm
get
gonna
him.
do? I'm gonna put his link in the description box.
And then we're gonna about so we can head over there.
Before I do that, let me just write down what this is.
You were 15? Wow. The 60s were wild.
The 60s were wild. There's the link for Tex Front Porch. He's getting ready to go live. So we are getting ready to go off of here. I want to thank you guys so much for coming in. We're going to head over there to the Tex Front Porch. And there's the link right there. Make sure you go by, check out Tex, like and subscribe. Tell Tex that Eddie and Jen sent you. That is and this is the man, we love Tex. And this is the one of the people that I watch that's really teaching me more and more about Bigfoot and cryptids. So go by and check him out. And we thank you guys so much. I also want to give a shout out to all my Facebook paranormal groups. You know who you are. And the Facebook
Oh, we love you
cryptid
too.
groups. You know who you are. We thank you so much for your love and your support. We thank you guys that's in here. Before you go, I want you
Please,
guys
put
to
your
put your
channel.
channel links in, so that we can get people to come by and check you out. So make sure you put your channel links in. If you have a channel, put your link in. As a matter of fact, Kurt, I'm gonna make you part of our family so that the next time you do come back in, you will have a wrench. So there. Now, Kurt, you have a wrench. You are part of our family.
If you have a channel, please
Yeah, if you
do
have a
so,
channel,
put
put your link in.
your link in, share your channel if you have one. We always share our subscribers out. Always. We like to share the love. So
Yes, so everybody, put your links in the description box. Put your link also in the chat so that people can come by and check you out. But right now, we are getting ready to head over to Tech's Front Porch. Make sure you guys do the same thing. Tell them that Alien Jen sent you. And Lord's willing, we'll see you all again next Sunday. You never know what we're going to be talking about next. It could be paranormal. It could be about antique furniture. It could be about UFOs. You never know. But also, I want to let you know that I'm collecting videos. If you have paranormal clips or even Bigfoot clips and you want to share them, make sure you send them to my email, frank_johnson68yahoo.com. Just go on the channel here and look up my email. Send me your clips. And I'm going to do a future video that's going to star you in your videos. And I'm going to let you talk about them. And you're going to come up on the panel and talk about that video or that picture. So if you have one, please, by all means, put your link in. So we love you guys, and we will catch you guys later.
and
We love
happy
you.
Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody.
And stay blessed. Have a great